Mhm.
Good afternoon. Today is the 3rd of July. I'm Ms. Ramlina. I am the Montessori Directress at Monteca International Play School.
Hi, I'm Ms. Charmaine. I'm the co-teacher in Monteca International Play School. So first of all, thank you for watching our 15th section of Parent Information Seminar. So today we'll be discussing the topic on art and craft. It's very important that we include this in our children's learning because it allows the children to develop their creativity. It's about discovering, thinking, exploring, and imagining. All of these are very important throughout their lives. And while our children are doing their art and craft work, it can help express their feelings and emotions. And it's also a great activity for family bonding time. So we get to know our children more by asking questions throughout the art and craft section. For example, we can ask them, why did you choose the color? Oh, we can tell them we like your artwork a lot. And most importantly, it helps to develop their motor skills while they're learning to use scissors to cut, pasting, gluing, and how to hold the pencils to draw and coloring. They're developing their fine motor skills. And they'll also become more patient while they're doing their artwork. They learn to focus and it will enhance their concentration.
So in the classroom, usually we have an easel. So they can actually get a paper, and then we have the paint already set up. So they can do a painting. Maybe the teachers would actually talk to the children and ask them, how was your day? What did you see on your way to school today? Is it something you would like to paint? So that means the imagination or something they really saw can come to life with their painting. So we always encourage them to explore how they feel. So this allows them to think creatively.
Definitely.
So we also have a little corner in the classroom. When it's craft time, they can actually get some recycled materials and make a craft. Because we do encourage using recycled materials. It's very important. And it's a discussion we have in the classroom often. And in the Montessori classroom, I can give you an idea. That is to have a painting of a famous artist up the wall. Just have it on the wall, and if any children are attracted towards his painting, maybe they can go up to the painting and observe it. And if they have any inquiries, they can ask one of the teachers and see, who is this painting, who did the painting, what's the name of the painting. So the children who are very much attracted towards art, they will have these questions. So they will come and ask the teachers, about more information. So then we can give more history behind the paintings and maybe show other paintings of this artist. And little by little, we can keep adding on more artists and more paintings. So they can see the different techniques of painting. And I mean, if the children are really interested, we can even allow them to do the same. Maybe imitate, have the painting as a sample, and they can do their own painting of that artist. So this is a way we can teach history and cultivate their interest towards art. And at home, you can actually have a little art corner, maybe have a little easel. If you don't have the space, just have a drawing book for your child and give him the option of using watercolors, chalk, color pencils, platinum. So you can have a big choice of art supplies and allow the child to choose which one they're comfortable with mostly, and also motivate them to do their paintings on their own.
So while the children are doing their art and craft, we don't want to restrict them too much because after all, it's about exercising their creativity and imagination. But bear in mind, we have to be very careful when our children are using tools like scissors and some sharp pencils and all that. So it's very important that we teach them how to use these tools. First, we have to show them how to hold the scissors carefully and the correct way of holding it. Before they start doing the actual artwork, we can get them to practice cutting some lines and curves first, teach them the correct way of using the scissors, And then we have to tell our children to be gentle and mindful while using the scissors. And especially when you're carrying these sharp tools around, make sure we don't hurt ourselves and others.
Yeah. So I actually have a few materials here I would like to share. So in the classroom, I will have a few shapes like this, just a few outlines for them to choose from. Just a few outlines like that. So they can choose one of the outlines, and then I will have a little box prepared with a pair of scissors and a glue stick. So something like this. And then over here I have prepared some straight lines to be cut. So I have some straight lines. So at the beginning it's actually easy for the children to cut on straight lines. So straight lines are much easier. So they can cut the little squares and then they can stick it on their paper. If they like, they can choose the one with an outline. If not, they can choose a plain paper, just a blank paper, and then use the glue stick and then just stick what they have cut.
Nice, fun activity.
So when they're done with straight lines, if the child is ready, then I'll go towards using diagonal lines and then maybe zigzag lines. And at last, I would give curved lines to cut, because that's quite challenging. So when they're ready, I can move forward. And lastly, when the cutting is very, very good and have practiced very well, then I would give this activity over here. So I have a tangram here drawn. You can see that you can see the square. You have different kinds of triangles, different shapes. And then you also have one parallelogram. So once they're able to cut very nicely, they can create their own craft.
Nice.
So using those using the triangles, the parallelogram, the square. So over here I have a rabbit. So I mean the child is free to explore, maybe make a house or another animal, anything they like.
And they get to know different shapes as well.
Definitely, So, I mean, when your child is working on art and craft, definitely they're going to be independent. So, that's what we want in our little ones. We want them to work on their own, and, you know, their willpower should strengthen from these activities. And I know as parents, we are quite afraid to use these scissors. So, you have to show your child how to use the scissors and make them feel confident. And also allow them to explore. As long as they are being careful, they are fine. So allow them to use the scissors nicely. And I think we just have to encourage them, to
support them,
and to stimulate their creative side.
Well, thank you, Ms. Shamlina, for the useful presentation and tips. So I hope you enjoyed this week's topic on art and craft. And next week we'll be discussing about writing. A lot to cover next week.
Interesting topic.
So have a nice weekend and see you.
Okay, bye-bye.